Praise God, family. Welcome to the Family Life TV show. My name is Ann Kariuki, and I'm so excited and delighted to have you on this show tonight. Like I said, we are in the month of love, and we're continuing with our series of love languages. So today we are talking about love languages for the single. And today on set, I'm joined by two amazing singles, Deaconess Sally and Deaconess Michelle, who are going to help me in this discussion. Welcome to the show. Welcome, family. Today on set, I'm joined by two wonderful singles, and they're going to help me discuss about love language for the singles. We want to find out what are the love languages and what is important for the single people knowing their love languages. So I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. We'll start with you, dear Deaconess.
Thank you, Rev Ann Kariuki. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Karibu sana.
This is our first show this year.
Yeah.
We should actually say Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, Happy New Month.
And Happy New Month.
Yes, the month of love.
The month of love, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so my name is Deaconess Sally. I serve in the Family Life Department, born again, single. Shortly. I'm not going to be single in December. I refuse. Yeah, by the grace of God. So here we are to talk about our singles and yes. Karibuni sana.
Awesome. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is Deaconess Michelle, but I'm known as Firebrand Michelle. That's the name I go with most of the time. I serve in the youth ministry, I serve in Firebrand Nation, and I serve in Family Life. Thank you so much for having me. I hope that my single season will be very short.
Amen. Amen to that.
But I still need to enjoy it, but it will be very short.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
To all the men who are watching, these are lovely single ladies. I can vouch for them. So I'm excited to have both of you on this show, and I wanted us to just discuss about love languages. There are 5 love languages. That is the words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, quality time, and the physical touch. So, Deaconess Sally, I am curious. What's your love language?
I love words of affirmation. It feels good to be appreciated. Like, you know, that those days we are girls. At the end of the day, it's said with whatever age you are, there's always a little girl inside every lady. So imagine you've just come out dressed well and, you know, come all out for a function or even just a church service. It feels so good for somebody to tell you, look good today, you know. Like, of course, you know, you have friends who will tell you, sila unatesa. Okay, though it sounds, you know, a language, but it feels so good that like it's appreciated. Yes, and of course gifts. I don't think there's a lady who doesn't like gifts. Yes, which we expect so much on 14th of February. So, it will be very much appreciated. Yes. Those are my love languages. Acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts.
So your primary
time.
All right, sorry about that. So your primary love language is words of affirmation.
Yes.
And then
acts of service.
And acts of, when does gifts come in? Gifts is number?
Gift, for me, gift will come probably at number 3. But me, my quality time, give me your quality time, give me the gifts, words of affirmation, I will highly appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. So when you were a child, when you were growing up, what was your primary love language?
Attention, just quality time. I just wanted to be given that time to feel that I'm appreciated, I'm loved, you know, I'm valued. So that for me really mattered when I was growing up. Yeah, because my childhood mostly was about taking care of people. So for me, to be shown that love and to be shown that I matter and whatever I do is valued really matter to me, not just to be expected from all the time. Yes. So I have somebody who really did that for me, an auntie of mine, and I keep talking about her. She's like a second mother to me. Yeah, she schooled me through high school. To this day, I'm like the child she never had.
Okay.
Yeah, so she always showed me that. She gave me quality time. She would give me gifts. Yeah, she would really appreciate, and for me it really mattered. Yeah, not so much about gifts, but that's just those words of you're loved, I love you, I appreciate this, I do this, you know. It really mattered to me.
Okay. Was that your personal yearning?
It was
your personal yearning.
Yeah, because I felt I didn't really have time to be a child. Yeah, mostly from teenager to early 20s, I felt like I was being a parent.
Okay, why is that? Why was that?
Because of responsibilities that I had.
You're what born in your family?
I'm the 5th.
Okay.
I'm actually the 5th, but I kind of was, I don't know, by default, I just took on firstborn roles. Yeah. So
where was your firstborn?
He was there.
A
He
boy
passed
or a
away.
girl?
A boy.
Okay.
Yeah, but he passed away many years ago. Yeah.
So when you were growing up, was he there?
He was there when I was growing up because he passed on when I was already working. Yeah, but I think I think things I just did made them feel like I was always the responsible one. Let me tell you, I didn't even go to nursery school when I was growing up. I stayed home to take care of my small sister, so I went straight to class 1.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yes.
You
That
didn't go to nurse, but was it because you wanted to stay at home and
No.
take care of your sibling, or
I don't think I had a choice.
or really? Your
I
parents
didn't
just said, okay, so Sally,
They were like,
you're going
"No,
to take
wewe
care of your
utakana
baby
huyu."
sister.
Wewe utakana huyu, then you'll go straight to class 1, so you'll take care of my small sister, Frida.
That was you.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I've always just like looked after people. I don't know if it came by default, ama I showed signs of responsibility, but I remember, I think my late teens, not really late teens, late 20s, not teens, late 20s, I really wanted to be taken care of. I just wanted to feel like I needed to feel like even me now I can be mothered. I don't have to be the one to mother. Yeah.
Okay.
So it felt overwhelming at some point in life. Yeah, so for me that I really yearned for that.
I think because your love tank was empty. You had really poured yourself into your sibling's life, and no one was reciprocating that into your life. So your love tank was basically empty.
It was.
And that is why you were getting that yearning, like, okay, now, okay, even me, I need to be babied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as an adult, imagine you feel that as
Oh,
an adult.
really? It was
Yeah,
an
because
adult.
in my mid to late 20s, I felt like I needed somebody to just love me, like from a parental side. Yeah,
Please
me
cut.
and being taken care of.
Sorry, and it was just flowing so nicely. Okay, one. Hii mlango ilijifunguka kwa swali.
Alikuwa anasema tanki yake ya love.
So growing up,
No, there's something.
Ah,
There's something you're saying. I cut you short.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so Sally, here you are taking care of your sister. You've been given that responsibilities. Did you have friends when you were a child?
definitely, at the estate.
Like the ones who had already started going to school and you're still at
nursery
home?
school and
Yes.
in the house, and of course you'd have kids here and there still hanging around in the estate. We were young, we were 4 years old. Yeah, so of course you'll have kids, your age mates, mnakimbizana, mnafanya nini na nini. Yeah, I'm not responsible enough at that age, because honestly I remember how many times I dropped my sister trying to carry her. My parents would come home in the evening and they would find her with dents. Kamachi.
Why was that?
I was doing this, nikambeba kaanguka, because she was plump and I'm young.
Yes.
And I still have to take care of her.
Actually, yes.
It was for a short time though, but I still did it. And I was still too young to
Yes, to
age.
do that.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? The fact that you're at home, your other friends are going to school, you're standing outside and you see small children carrying their backpacks going to school. How did that make you feel?
We grew up and people didn't actually have so much. So it didn't even feel so much out of place. Because bado ungeona tu watu wengine and you're like, it's life. And then at that age, you're really not thinking much about it. Yeah, at that age, una flow too.
You didn't
Yeah.
think when my kids were small, especially when my son was older, he was going to school. So my younger one, of course, she hadn't reached the age of going even to baby school. But when my son would carry his bag, she'd hear the noise, he's getting up, even her should wake up and pick up a bag and say even her she wants to go to school. But of course, she was not of age. But you could see she's yearning to go to school. So I'm just curious, you never saw the children going to school and you're thinking, Mommy, even me, I want to start going to school, I don't want to stay
It
at
didn't
home.
strike so much at that age. It actually didn't strike
You
much.
enjoyed being at home.
Me, I just enjoyed life. Here we are taking care of my sister. Then for me, I was like, maybe sijafikisha age ya kwanza shule. Yeah, so let me wait for my turn and then I'll go. Yeah.
Okay. So you are just just having this internal talk.
Yeah,
You're not
just
asking
having
somebody
internal
like,
talk, flow,
like
taking
what's
care
going
of a
on.
sibling.
Yeah. Okay.
But later on, it actually did bug me. Yeah, you know, later in the journey of life, utakaa time ingine you start thinking, but how comes? But how comes? But how comes? You know, you keep asking yourself those questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. What about you, Michelle? Tell us, what's your love language? What's your primary love language?
Well, my primary love language would be physical touch. How I know that is because apart from people who are really close to me, how you associate that you're actually my close friend is by me allowing you to touch me. So like through a conversation, we'll probably touch hands, fist bump. But other than that, I'm usually like, these are the boundaries, stay away. That's how I know physical touch is really important.
Yeah. Even me, I love physical touch, but there are boundaries.
Yeah.
There are boundaries to that. It's just not everybody I can hug or kiss or
Right.
do all this manner of things. It depends on what kind of a relationship do we have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially in our generation where everybody is hugging and actually there's no personal space, so I'm usually like, I usually feel like an alien, or people usually think that I'm an alien because I'll be just like, no.
Yeah.
You have to keep spelling it out.
You know,
Yeah.
I might actually say, but then how I'll react will be just like, don't.
I know. I'm really big on personal space.
Right.
One thing I'm grateful to COVID. It's true. Is the fact that we have social distancing. Because you know, even in the supermarket or when you're going to the bank, people are just
People
right.
creep
I'm
you
like,
out.
seriously,
It's very
personal space. So now I really enjoy when I'm going to the supermarket and I'm like, I can have my space and no one is going to be near me.
Exactly.
I love that. I just love my own personal space.
And not just in supermarkets, like when you also, if you use matatus, the touts holding you, it really annoys me. That's the one thing. That's how I was able to identify that physical touch really means a lot. Because for other people, it's not really an issue. But for me, it really creeps me out. I don't really like it. So that's why physical touch is my primary language. And I guess the others are complementary depending on how I'm feeling. Like words of affirmation. At times when you're down, you really want my parent and my mom specifically to raise up my spirits. But physical touch is the main, and then the others are complementary depending on the situation.
When you were growing up, what was your, when you were a child, probably 5 years old, what was your love language?
I believe words of affirmation, because physical touch is always a thing, but once you go to school, that's when you face bullying. So really being told you're strong, because especially my early years were kind of hard, because being from a loving family, you're not used to fighting back. So you go to a school and then you fight, you get to experience bullies, and that really turns around. You're shifting for how you see people, how people love you, because you're used to being in a loving environment. So the first thing is, it actually, the way you get culture shock when you go to different countries, that's the first thing you get, because it usually happens mainly when you're 5 years to about class 8, so 5 years to about 13 years. So that really shifts how you see love. So words of affirmation really needed to work for the better part of me being through, I think, my lower primary, because by the time I went to upper primary, I was tough by then. I was stone cold to bullies, but before that, words of affirmation were really needed. Because at home you're told you're beautiful, or at home you're told you're strong, but then you go and meet somebody who totally shatters that. So words of affirmation really needed to work during that moment.
During that time. Okay, interesting. All right, let's switch gears. So, Deaconess Sally, what do you think is the importance of single people knowing their love language? What is the importance?
As a single person, it's depending on what age you are. I guess in your young single, there's an older single and there's a younger single. A younger single is still growing up, trying to find their place in society. So for them, it really matters what love language they get to experience at that age, and from whom. Because a love language will deal with an identity crisis, because maybe you need attention, maybe you need words of affirmation, and probably you're not even getting it from home. And when you start getting it from the wrong people, assuming you're a young lady, you need this stuff even from your home environment, from the opposite sex, who is your dad at that moment, who's going to shape how you relate to the opposite sex at some point, because you see, a girl's first love is their father. And of course from your mom. So how that is handled in the family setup really shapes you as you grow older. But if it's mishandled at that age, so a girl who never got that, assuming you go to boarding school or start working early, you start getting that kind of attention from the opposite sex for a young lady or and vice versa. If it's something you yearned for, you start misinterpreting it. Yeah, because nowadays words are thrown around carelessly. Somebody will just say, I love you, my love, my this, my that. That people will take it casually because maybe it was a casual word. But if it's somebody who's yearned for that, they will pick it up and run with it. And maybe it wasn't coming in that form. Yeah, so it really shapes a young lady or a young man's growing up at that time. But as an older single, your love language determines how you get into maybe even transition from singlehood to marriage. Because at that point, you're probably dating at that time. And if your love language then is not met, of course, it will depend on how you decide how to relate with somebody, how to move on with somebody, how you decide somebody's going to be a life partner. Love language. Yeah, so if I'm getting it from this person, they get me, they understand me, they know what makes me tick, they know what matters to me the most, then that's how you move with somebody. Yeah, so as a young person, it really does matter. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Deaconess Michelle? What is the importance of single people knowing their love language?
To echo Deaconess Ali's words, basically you get an awareness. I feel it's very important to know your love language way younger, so that people don't really take advantage of it, and it makes you be aware of what you're missing. So in a way, if it's thinking for mentors, if you know your issue is probably you never received words of affirmation, so you actually look for the right people to affirm you, because what usually happens as a young person is guys are able to know, so guys and women, but now I'll speak in the perspective of a girl. A guy is able to tell what ticks you, because they're hunters, so they're always checking your loophole. What exactly is your weakness? So I usually feel if you don't know what your love language is, you're prone to lions, and that may actually the love language may end up being a great weakness, which will be used against you. So you need to know that, so that if you know it's physical touch, if somebody touches you in a type of way and you feel something, you'll be like, okay, hold up. So is this person really doing it with an intention because he loves me, or is he doing it because he knows that ticks me? So I feel it's very important for that.
Okay, interesting.
And I tend, maybe just to add to what you just said, I tend to think the different love languages complement each other. It will always come depending on the situation. Yeah, so there's a stronger one, there's a weaker one, but they kind of complement each other. It's just that in terms of priority. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to one item. I want us to look at words of affirmation. Deaconess Sally, how do you express your words of affirmation? And this is like generally to everybody. It doesn't have to be a significant person, or how do you express them?
To somebody, depending if it's the opposite sex or a lady like me, I'm very big on appreciating people. I will be walking on the street and you'll meet Deaconess Michelle is walking, like scanning on, and well dressed. Imagine I just stop you in the street and I go, I love your outfit, you look good. That hair looks good on you. I will do that a lot on the street. Then sometimes you're walking with somebody like, hata wewe sagi na wewe, hata mjuani, you know. But for me, because I would appreciate that, so I assume it would lift up somebody else's spirit. So I will tell you that on the street. I love appreciating. I'll tell you thank you. I'll tell you I'm sorry. I'm very big on words, baby. Yeah. So that's how I express. Have you ever expressed and somebody just like, unaniambia kama nani? Hey, let me tell you, actually where I work, the cop house building, so at the staircases at the exit of the building. So we were walking back from lunch and there was this group of ladies walking out. So she had these very nice sunglasses, but unfortunately she had forgotten to remove the tag. So it was hanging. And so me being Sally, I just went and told her, hi, I love your sunglasses, but you have tag bado ina hang. Hey, she gave me a look like nani kuliza. Like, shida yako iko wapi? No, umeziva, you know, something like that. But I was like, anyway, at least I told her. But it was a negative response, but at least I did. So, if you're that kind of person with your words of affirmation, you're all over the place appreciating people and all, you won't always receive a position. But then again, this is you. You can't dim that side of you. It will just bug you. Yeah, you're walking and you're seeing a guy's fly is open. Maybe will tell you. But you see, this life nowadays, utatembea tunayo, guys are giving you some funny looks. But will it cost you anything to just like tell someone, you know, to save them an embarrassment na kule mbele. Yeah.
It seems like probably I don't know whether it's our country or our culture, we find it very hard to compliment people, to give people words of I was shocked. There's the first time I traveled to a particular country where everywhere you go, somebody, and strangers, now for me it was very weird. You walk into a store, you walk into anything, and somebody will just appreciate it. It's the bus or the train or whatever it is. Somebody just appreciate you. They really they're like, oh my goodness, you have such wonderful hair. How did you make it? How long did it take? I mean, these are people who I think have grown up with words of affirmation. Sometimes you wonder, like the whole day you've met like 50 people.
Right.
Imagine the way it was told, they'll hold the door for you.
They will compliment you, they give you words of affirmation. And I used to think, for me it was a culture shock. It was a culture shock because I just don't go to any Tom, Dick and Harry and just say, hey, I like your shoes, I like it so because I think it's just that fear of what will she say? What will she think that I want to grab her watch or something? I mean, it's very interesting that in our own country, it's really, really very sad, very hard to get a compliment unless it's your friend or somebody who knows you. Yeah,
it's not even something you'd think of doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, even me, the first time I ever traveled, I noticed that, and I thought about it. I was like, what is it with these people? We are strangers. There are people smiling at you everywhere. You're getting somewhere, somebody will open the door for you. You get into those trains of theirs. Mtu atasimama kuachie kiti. The time I was heading somewhere, again, out of the country by the grace of God, and this girl, just a little girl, I went to the restroom, now I'm coming back, she's like, hi, I love your shirt. A t-shirt, it's just a simple t-shirt, but the way she appreciated it, I felt so good, Somebody could be having a bad day, and you just complimenting them is enough for them to just totally change. Yeah, but we find it really hard in Kenya.
To do that.
But my concern is usually, especially in Kenya, a guy friend actually compliments you more than your female friends.
Yes.
And then
that's a problem.
Yeah. And I appreciate the guys, older guys are very respectful, but now our guys are very disrespectful in their compliments. It becomes more physical, like I like your hips or something of the sort, which gets really, which actually gets really vulgar. Yeah. So probably they do compliment, but no, it's very vulgar. It's very hard to find somebody who actually appreciates your beauty without saying something that is not vulgar.
Yeah. And Dikona Sally, before we go on a break, in your places of work, have you ever received affirmation? Do you ever receive affirmation? Whether it's from your bosses, your seniors? Do you get that?
I do. I actually do at my place of work. It actually goes both ways. Just as Mish said, only that of course they're not younger guys, older, middle too, you will get those words from. You do something good in the office, your boss will appreciate it. And I did this well. Sally is very good with this. You patieni Sally. Sally is good at organizing. To the point that people now in the office actually think my boss is admin because anything he wants done in the whole department, he'll come to me at you enda kwa Sally. You enda kwa Sally ndio anafanyanga hiyo. But then again, the opposite sex will always be there with their manenos, ati manze leo ni aje, leo si umesumbua, and umesumbua, but the look that they're giving you with that kusumbua,
kusumbua meaning because you have been affirmed for doing a good job.
No, kusumbua sasa is probably the way you're dressed.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yes, mostly it comes from how you're dressed on that day. Ati leo kwani ni aje, si una tutesa huko kwa office.
And you actually see him looking where exactly.
And you know where they're looking. Somebody will look and you know the reaction. They'll be like, hey, God, wow. Those kinds of course, that's not even complete. That's, like seriously. And probably somebody's even a married man. But in the office, you tend to really let things go. But those things will be there. The words of affirmation will be there. The positive side and the negative side.
Yeah. What would you tell the young ladies who are watching us tonight when they get that kind of affirmation? What should they do? And what should they be aware of?
Know who you are. Know who you are, because in as much as you have your love language, know the boundaries that come with that love language, because you're definitely going to get it from the right people and from the wrong people. and you cannot control what somebody tells you. So it's how you deal with it that matters. Most especially young ladies, you need to learn to, first of all, affirm yourself. Look at yourself, tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, you know, I can do stuff, you know, I'm sharp, I'm smart. That way, when it comes from the wrong people or somebody else tells it to you, it's like, it's not at really what you depended on. You know, somebody tells you, I love you, you look good, I would like to I'd like to go on a date with you. Like, hata nikitembea na wewe ile heshima nitapata huku nje. So it doesn't affect you too much until your boundaries are crossed, yet you don't realize it. This happens a lot with young ladies. So just know who you are. First of all, have an identity. That way, when you get this stuff from outsiders, you know how to deal with it. Yes.
Thank you. Michelle, quickly to the young men who are watching, they're in the places of work and they're receiving information, but the information is not right. What would you tell them?
The young men.
Yes, the young men.
The first thing I'd really like, actually, it also address the parents that males are actually also children, and they said we females need love, also males do need love. So in that way, you get a boy that is able to treat, because how you teach him, like how you see your father treating your mother, that's the same thing that your boy child will do the same, because it's usually a ripple effect. So everything starts from parenting. And for the male figures, if your father didn't do that for you, get a mentor. I always feel there's a way out. It doesn't have to be a physical mentor. They're also mentored through the internet. You just need to check what exactly you want, so that way you're able to affirm yourself and do it better.
Yeah. Thank you. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with the discussion about love language for the single. Stay tuned.
JBN, the glory is here.
I just want to welcome each and every one of us to our usual Sunday services. We kick off at 7 a.m. English service running through to 9 a.m. At 9:15, we enter with English Kiswahili service, 9:15 up to 11:15. And then 11:30, we come now with the Kikuyu Kiswahili service. Kikuyu Kiswahili service, and we go up to 1:30. Then we give room to the youth to have their glorious service, which starts at 1:45 up to 3:45. Every Wednesday, never forget, we have a deliverance service, 5:30 running through to 7:30. For 2 hours, come for a glorious worship, a tremendous time of word and ministry, casting out devils, healing the sick, delivering God's people. 5:30 to 7:30 every Wednesday. You are most welcome. Let's meet in the house of the Lord. Bless you. See you in GM. That the Lord shall bring rain. He says, I will bring the former rain and the latter rain in the first month. Things that we knew, this is the season of God, but they did not happen. And today I stand here to say, delay is not denial. Your wilderness has come to an end. Your dryness has come to an end. Every blessing that belongs unto us, let it begin to rain upon our lives this day. I decree this morning that the heavens are open and it has begun raining upon us. The season when our land was not producing anything, the seasons are over, but from this day it's raining upon our lives. Wakati wa mvua vitu vyote vinamea pamoja katika jina la Yesu Kristo. Let there be productivity upon our lives.
God family, my name is Ann Kariuki from Jesus is Alive Ministries here at Nairobi, Kenya, and I serve in the Family Life Ministry department, where we get to minister to the couples, the parents, the singles, the youth, the widows, the widowers, the whole family unit. And guess what? We have a new family TV show here at JBN every Saturday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is a show that is very inspiring, interactive, transformational, and a show that will bless your life. So join us every Saturday here at JBN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and your life will not be the same again. Invite everyone, your family and your friends. And before I go, remember to follow us on all our social media handles at JBN Television on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. And don't forget to comment, like and share. And the Lord bless you. The glory is here.
JBN, the glory is here.
Welcome back, family. We are discussing about love languages with the singles, and joined by this wonderful lady, Sally and Michelle. So I want us to talk about the other love language, and that is gifts, giving gifts. What are some of the things you need to consider when giving somebody a gift?
What I would say, if giving gifts is somebody's primary love language, then sometimes you really need to know this person well to even to be able to give the right gifts. Yes.
Okay.
Because you might even do inappropriate things. Assuming, let's say Valentine's, being that this is the month of love, and here you are, you've known Sally, you've known Michelle, and you know girls love gifts. I think that's a love language that a lot of women, ladies, identify with. And here you are, you brought them a gift, you bought them lingerie.
Okay, yes.
Like, yes, I love gifts, but so I think you also need to know what is appropriate. In as much as you want to give gifts, just know what is appropriate. And sometimes it's good to really know this person well, to be able to just even get into like giving them gifts. Personally, sometimes I would rather even just give you a voucher or even bless you with cash.
Yes.
Go get yourself a gift so that we get something you love. But I'm big on giving gifts. Yes.
Okay. All right. So basically, know this person, know what they like.
Know what they like.
Yeah, and don't do anything, give something that is inappropriate.
Depending also on the age. For kids, you know how kids are. They will love gifts. You know, it's Christmas, I want a gift. I want this. You buy a little girl a doll, and a boy those car toys and stuff.
But you need to ask.
Even kids, you ask.
Yes, you can't just buy any toy. You'll be shocked if you bought my daughter a doll. You look at you.
This generation.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important to find out what they're like. I mean, you know what you liked and what I liked when I was growing up is totally different. We're all coming from different generations. Yeah. So even the children, I like defending the children. Because I watch my children and I see, I mean, they have different, I mean, my son loves different things, my daughter loves different things. So I can't just say because they're children, let me buy sweets. Yes. Or ice cream. My son doesn't love ice cream.
And here you are.
There's a time the grandmother wanted to treat them and I'm like, that's a wrong treat.
That cannot be appreciated.
Like do something that they love. What about you, Michelle? What are some of the things you think people need to consider when giving others gifts?
I think your intentions, and also as Sally has said, you need to know them well. And I feel in society has placed value on some certain gifts than others. So if you're giving a lady flowers, you know she's single, you're definitely trying to mean something. So you really need to think what exactly the gift, because I feel like gifts like flowers, chocolates, perfumes, especially you being given from the opposite sex, has a totally different message. So you also need to check your intention and motive behind it, because you don't know if the lady is undergoing a heartbreak and then you come and give her chocolates and then you make her think that you're actually asking for a relationship and you're not. So your intention really needs to matter, and big knowing that person. And then avoid, as you've said with kids, avoid giving stereotypical gifts. Not all girls love dolls. Not all ladies love perfumes. So that's why you need to know the person.
Very important. Okay, and I would like what you said. Know your motive.
Right.
The motive of giving that person that gift.
Right.
Whether giving that flower or that chocolate or that cake or whatever it is,
Right.
your motives ought to be right.
Yes.
Okay. And the people who give gifts with strings attached on it.
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
How can a lady tell that this gift I've been given, there's a string attached to it?
I think there are subtle ways somebody will communicate. By the time it's coming to the gift, it's just adding up. Yeah, there will have been texts before. There have been different forms of communication before that. Like now, this February, maybe mmekuwa mkiongea, hi, how's your day? And you reply, and somebody's already reading too much into these conversations you're having. But for you, it's just a platonic friend. We are good, I like you as a friend and stuff. Naye ameshasoma a whole novel out of this simplicity. So for them to be doing something for you, I expect that after I've sent you flowers to the office, see, we are going out for dinner in the evening. And me, I'm like,
Excuse you.
Yeah.
which dinner, which
Excuse
we are not, yeah, you know. There's a way you will tell. And it is said we ladies, we are blessed with the sixth sense. So there are those subtle ways you will have already known something is expected from this. Yes.
There are other favors.
There are other favors that might be required from this gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Michelle? What do you think?
As Ali said, also they're usually messages you're given. And also, why would somebody give you a certain gift out of the blues? They're definitely expecting something,
Yeah.
because you've not discussed about being a relationship. So I usually feel by the time you give me a gift, we already have a basis of friendship. So we've only known each other for probably a week, and then you're here already giving me a gift that is probably I'd say chocolate, because that means a lot. So you probably get me not just any chocolate, but a 3,000 chocolate, and I'm still trying to understand where exactly are we going with this. It's usually like the monetary. I wouldn't put the monetary value as an issue, but I'd also say which gift is this person giving you, and then how long have you known each other? If you've known each other for a short time and he's already giving you big gifts, those are already red flags.
Yeah, those are red flags.
Yeah, they're already red flags.
Goodness, it's
Okay.
Valentine
And then
and
the
the office
issues.
is full of flowers
Right.
for Michelle.
Yeah, you hold
Nice.
this.
Yeah, how?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And with the issues that have been happening with girls, you went out with a guy, he's given you 15,000, and he thought you're in a relationship, and then he ends up actually because whatever he was reading and you were reading were on completely different spectrums. And to the young ladies, I would not advise to get monetary gifts, especially money. That's the one thing you really need to stay away. But unless like you guys are in a committed relationship, you just being friends and him sharing you with money, it has a ripple effect.
I like that. I like that. Especially to the younger singles.
It has a ripple effect.
People need money, yes. But then again, have standards. Yeah, have values. Yeah. Don't just be so easily bought. Just because I want to look this way na kuna pesa hapa that will help me look this way. You're also giving the wrong message. So in as much as you don't want that, also do not give the wrong message to that person, because you also then can't really blame them. See, you want to encourage.
Exactly.
Yeah, so also stop it at the initial stages, so that way they know what they're dealing with. Yeah.
So what can the young girls do? They've seen, hey, this is somebody who's given me an extravagant gift, a gift, like you say, they have a sixth sense that something is not right. What do they need to do?
Put it out there. Have a talk with this person. Just tell them ABCD. Just put your feelings known. Just make it open. Don't mislead somebody, because hata sisi madem honestly
Unachukua alafu unanyamaza.
ndio hata tunashinda tunaambiwa kukula fair.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
don't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah, don't give the wrong
Utakula fair alafu
signals.
ukwe 6 feet under.
Yeah, utakula fair na uko 6 feet under.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're already showing them that I'm ready for this.
Right.
Yeah, but you see you're not. Wewe unataka tu pesa ya huyu mzee, cause ni mtu ameomoka. See, they can give me sijamwomba pesa, sienda amenipatia, sienda amenibaia saa. Mimi nilimwambia nataka simu expensive, sikumwambia
Alikununulia gari.
kwanza gari. You're seeing a kaka wrapped up in a ribbon over there, and
Right.
it's very tempting.
Yes.
It's very, kama una gari kwanza, Father God, this is truly my
Thank you.
year. The
He's
car has
been
arrived.
praying.
I have been
2021 is
praying.
yeah.
He sent a testimony. My seed is going on the altar. But yes, it's a gift. But what is this person reading into it?
Right. And they're hunters. So
And
when
they're
you
hunters.
accept
So
it,
for a
it
man-
brings another one. So that who's leading him astray.
He'll just keep bringing the expensive gifts. Yeah, but yet you're not heading anywhere with this person. So you're also being unfair. You're also being unfair. So just state your feelings, write at the initial stages, yeah, don't mislead somebody. Just make your intentions known. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a young lady and somebody is offering you keys and you know definitely there are strings and such, just say no and run. Just take off.
Yeah.
Don't put the keys in your handbag and let's say, okay, let me go. Yeah, because sometimes ladies do that. They say, let me accept this gift, let me accept these flowers, and then you don't even know what kind of a person this person. This person could be a criminal,
Right.
Or even a married man.
Yes,
And here they have seen a beautiful young Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So run. So if you're young, you're a young lady and you're seeing that, you're seeing all these red flags, just run.
have your boundaries.
Yeah,
Be
so-
a principled person.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk about quality time. Yes. What do you consider? What do you look for in quality time? When somebody wants to offer you this quality, what does it mean for you?
For me, quality time is even more important than a gift. I want you to be there to listen to me. I want you to be there to advise. I dated somebody, let me just say, yeah, I dated somebody once, and this is the one thing I really wanted from this person.
Yes.
But I wasn't getting it. Yeah, so it's very frustrating, most especially if for you that love language really matters. So give me quality time. Keep your money.
Yes.
You don't keep your money. I just want your time. I want you to call me and ask, how was your day? What are you doing for Valentine's? You know, what are your plans? You know, what are you doing this evening? I know you had a busy day, but it's okay. You know, you can do coffee, do this. Just give me time. You know, ladies, we can talk.
Yes.
So for somebody to just give you time to talk, yeah, just that listening here really matters. See, ati now I've had a long day, I had a stressful day. Ona nitumie mpesa ya 50,000. Am I going to talk to M-Pesa? Am I going to talk to that money?
Yes.
And I need somebody to talk to.
Yes.
I need somebody who will give me a hug and just tell me it's going to be fine and stuff like that. Yeah. The money at some point, mali tutafikia, yes, but give me my quality time. So for me, it's way up there.
Up there. Okay, so guys, you've had it. Don't send the money. Just spend quality time with the ladies.
Yeah.
Michelle, what do you think are some of the misconceptions about quality time?
Quality time has to be intentional in nature. It has to be deliberate, and you have to give me your full attention. So quality time is not at the, where are you? Tuende. No, it's we had planned to meet. We had set up a meeting time. We had set up a date. And then when we meet, please put your phone away. Because
Thank you.
Because simply sitting in one
that
doesn't mean that we're having quality time.
Yes.
Because the quality time doesn't just mean you sitting next to me.
Yes.
That doesn't cut. What cuts is us having a conversation, us putting the phones away and really engaging. So that I think that's usually the biggest misconception.
They'll be like, the whole day we've sat tumekuwa na wewe.
That doesn't cut
Ingine
it.
tena gani unataka?
Yeah, what are the quality time? Or we went to church.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's actually not quality time.
I was spending time with God.
That doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
We got somewhere. We're like, we were not talking. Yes, our minds are not there. So I like what you said. You have to be intentional.
You have to be intentional.
Yes, absolutely. Because people don't get that.
And let me tell you, quality time can also be miscontrolled, whether with the opposite sex.
Yes.
So at all when you're dating, avoid just being the two of you every other time. Just have people around you. Because somebody else will take quality time as being intimate. So for you, quality time, quality time tunaangaliana tu. See, we should be getting busy because it's quality time. It's just you and me, and so we take advantage of this quality time. So that's what I was saying. Have boundaries, have principles. Yeah, do not let, because I love quality time, so we can do any, because you've given me time. Anything can happen because you're giving me time.
Yeah, that's true. And also, as you like you said, when you're having quality time, probably if it's with the opposite sex, there has to be boundaries.
There have to be boundaries.
There has to be boundaries because that's very, very important. Because so many people get to be misused and abused because of quality time. Yeah, I mean, for them, quality time means something else, and to you, it means something else. So I think it's very important for two people to discuss and say, find out what is quality time for you.
What is quality time for you?
And I feel like the young ladies need to spend their quality time first alone. Learn how to enjoy,
Enjoy
your own company.
Absolutely.
It's
Enjoy your
very
company.
important. Before you bring somebody to your circle, you need to learn how to enjoy your own company first. That way it won't be taken advantage of. Because it won't be, I don't want to go home early, so where are you so that we can hang out? No, it's because we're intentional about it.
And this thing about ladies saying, I'd rather cry in a mark than laugh on a bicycle, on a motorcycle. Come on, ladies, let's have principles.
Yes.
You have it all, but you're not happy. Why?
Yeah.
Because for you, that is your primary love language. I have it all. Kona gari, hata
Yes.
ifamila ananipatia ni ile pesa ananipatianga,
Yeah.
ni hiyo gift ananipatianga. Yeah, so it all boils down to boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about physical touch. What are some of the things you consider for physical touch as a single person?
I think depending on who it's coming from, hugs, me I love physical touch. Yeah, but it depends on how well we know each other. Holding, I'm big on PDA. I will not even lie. Hey, at you on the streets and you tell me I love you. Oh my goodness, those doll eyes will come up. Yes. So for me, it matters a lot to me. Yeah, I'm big on PDA. I'm big on physical touch. But where is it coming from? So of course I have my boundaries. I would not just accept it from anybody. From my girlfriends, of course, you know, we girls,
Yeah.
you know, my love, my this, my that.
Yes.
Girls, we are friendly towards
Yeah.
one another. But then now you have to be careful when it's coming from the opposite sex. Unless somebody I'm dating exclusively, then that will be accepted. But then again, how far can the physical touch go? If you're just dating, there are things, of course, we will not do. We are still
Yes.
dating. Yeah, you're not my husband, I'm not your wife. Yeah, so of course, kuna boundaries that we're not going to cross in as much as you're exclusive. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. What about you, Michelle? What do you think the young girls need to watch out when it comes to personal touch?
I'd say boundaries. There's a place where somebody is not supposed to touch you. And I don't really need to tell you that, especially what you'd call the intimate areas. So if a guy is very fast to touching your intimate areas, whether you're dating or not, that's a problem.
Yes.
Because he's already crossing the boundaries. True. So I think physical touch would last from hands, like hugging, but still also hugging, because there are some guys who their hugs have something else.
Yes.
So I use your sixth sense to the young ladies, because we all have our sixth sense. And to the parents, please hug your girl, because when you hug her, if your father, of course, to a certain age, and if your mother, if they are asking for hugs, please do that part, because that way it enables to read off all the lions playing outside. Yeah.
And doing it appropriately.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the guys who are very inappropriate if they're touching, that should be your first red flag. Because how do you know each other for a week and you're already creeping up to my personal space? That already should show you as a young lady to keep off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. As we come to a close of the show, let's talk about the last love language, and that's acts of service. What's your take on that?
Acts of service in terms of come clean your house, you're dating, and mostly it affects us ladies, unfortunately, the single ladies. You feel like for this guy to know that I love him,
You have to go do his laundry.
yes, I have to go to his place. I will clean the house. I will cook his meals, and he has packed meals for fridge. You know, you really sorted
For
out
the
this
whole
guy.
week.
Yeah, for the whole week. The house is sparkling clean. I've done his laundry. I have done this for him. I've ironed his clothes. I've boundaries, my friend. Hey, you're not my husband. So acts of service also will have boundaries. You also need to be careful whom you're showing it to. Yes, whom you're showing it to.
Yeah. Because ladies actually do that with the intention at the back of their minds, knowing that this guy is going to marry me.
Will marry me.
Yes. So you're doing this act of service, knowing at the end of the day, by the end of the year,
Yeah. It's a seed.
and they're shocked. They get shocked.
Lazima nimwonyeshe mimi ni wife
Yeah,
material.
this is my seed.
Yeah, you know, so this is my seed. Me, I'm sewing. At least now he knows I can cook. He knows I can. Shock on you the day this guy introduces somebody else. And you get into depression because did they even ask you to do that? You know, a lot of times, you know, a guy is not going to refuse. Most men.
Of
Hey, please. because they're not like home keepers
I mean,
and
that's
stuff.
free service.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
free service. So they will accept it. But then again, you expect too much from them. So someday they disappoint you, and here you are, you want to kill the guy, and then you kill yourself. Like, but me, I never give you hope. I never told you you're going to be my wife and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in all forms of love languages, still have boundaries.
Yeah. So are there other things that ladies do in terms of acts of service apart from doing laundry, cleaning the house, cooking? Are there some things they also do that is acts of service, but at the back of their mind they're thinking, I'm trapping this guy so that I can.
What I don't know if he's set up.
What are some of these things that are doing?
It's tea break. Somebody will come and yeye ndiye amekuletea chai and snacks.
Oh,
exactly.
Those acts of
A lady will shop for you.
Yeah, they will shop for you.
Especially monetary, because most of the time it's they're either shopping for you or paying your bills. They're always there to bail you out financially.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
oh my
because they're always
goodness.
there to bail you out financially.
Okay.
You need a loan, it's readily available. Even before you ask, she's already sent money into your account. After, especially now, because most women have become independent, so women have gone to work more. So like the guys actually nowadays wanatungwa. Sorry, wanatunzwa. Wanatunzwa because wewe uende ufanye kazi because you know I want a husband and a man who's independent. And share nyumba, and then I'll send you money. I'll keep your allowances coming. So that's the other thing of the acts
And
of
the
service.
unfortunate thing about that, men are hunters. I did not fight for this lady. She was so readily
so you're
available.
like-
Goodness.
Yeah.
They will bounce. Huyo mtu bounce. They will not stay. They will use you.
Yeah.
Atachukua hizo loan, na maybe ni loans, and they're investing somewhere with somebody else. They will kula you and kula you and kula you, then jump ship. Yeah, because men are not wired like that. Kufanyiwa vitu hivyo, you know, being provided for. They never have to sweat for anything. Mwanaume ni effort. They never have to work for anything. That is not a keeper. That man will go. That
So
man will go.
young ladies, if you're watching us and you're single, please be very careful when you're giving your acts of service. Don't do these things thinking that at the end of it all, you're going to get something out of it. As we end, Michelle,
Right.
what would you tell, I mean, for the guys, what are some of the things guys do as acts of service to girls that they don't know?
Most of the time, acts of service is usually when they come pick you up on the stage, take you to the stage, or come, if you're hungry, go get you food. Those are some of the things. And I don't really know what they trigger at times, depending on whatever you're going through at home. So those are some of the things, and they end up, and you know, that's the problem because we're emotional in nature. So for you, it's an act of service. You just imagine I'm hungry, you go got me food. And but the back of my mind, I'm like, nobody has ever done this for me. So such things, especially getting food and getting intimate items. And then there's some types of hugs, but because it's acts of service, it's usually mainly getting you something, and that triggers something altogether.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming to this show. This was really, really interesting. Before we go off on air, Sally, what would be your final remarks to the singles watching us tonight?
What I would say to a singlehood, it's not a permanent stage in life. It's a temporary stage. It's a phase in life. You will outgrow it. So when you're single, don't be so vulnerable just because you're a single. And in terms of love languages, we singles are very vulnerable because we really seek attention. We want gifts. And this month of February, by the way, is gonna pressure for singles. There, we cannot even deny it. So it is at this moment that you really need to guard your heart. You need to guard your space. Just need to set boundaries and just know who you are so that you know what you're allowing into your life, even as a single. That way, people will give you respect. People will know what is acceptable with you. People will know what you allow into your life. So as a single, just guard yourself. Affirm yourself. You know, if there's no one to be telling you you're beautiful, you're this and that, don't let that be the one thing that makes your day. Just because I was in the office today, I wasn't told I look good. I wasn't told this hairstyle is nice. So that is enough to mess up your day. Be somebody who can tell that to yourself, to just lift up your spirit. Do stuff for you. Do not dim your light just to please somebody else and just to make other people think that you value them that much that your life revolves around them. Yes.
Thank you. What about you, Michelle? What would your final remarks be to the singles watching us?
To the young ladies, to the young men, you're enough, you're capable, affirm yourself. Like everything you need is inside of you. And the thing is, do not jump into having a relationship simply because your friends are jumping into it. enjoy your singleness. It's the most important time to build yourself, because it's a season. Singleness is a season. Getting married is also a season, because life still moves on. So for me, it's greatly affirm yourself, because you're enough and you're capable. And to the young ladies, and actually also to the young men, being done for something nice is not a big thing, because you deserve it. If you affirm yourself enough, whatever you receive is an addition. It's not something to make you lose your standards, because you're enough. I'll repeat once again, you're enough, and whatever good thing happens to you, you deserve it. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, ladies. It was such a blessing to have you on this show. So there you have it, family. I hope you've been blessed. For the singles out there, love yourself. And I know this is the month of love. There's so much pressure out there, but just love yourself. And remember that God, our Father, loves you more than anyone in this world. And remember, as you receive those gifts, as you receive whatever love language you're going to receive this month, remember to have boundaries. So may the Lord bless you, may the Lord keep you, and we'll see you next Saturday on this show. God bless.
JBN, the Glory.